The main span of the new bridge will be about 200 feet west of the current lift span, and the north end will land just west of the existing exit and head into a roundabout on State Route 14. Once construction begins, engineers will need to know if activities like drilling piles are affecting the old bridge, so baseline measurements of vibration, tilt, and other info are critical.
I'd like to kind of go through the different components that are part of the bridge monitoring system and give a status update on all of those. So one is a weather station. We have a weather station that's operational and collecting data up on top of the towers now. The next thing is the tilt meters in each of the piers, and those are collecting data, and they're obviously installed too. And then vibration sensors. So there's at each pier there's a vibration sensor. Those are all installed. They're not activated yet, so those are actually going to be activated overnight tonight. They're going to drive along the bridge tonight and get those all activated. So those will be up and running and collecting data. The next thing is the tide sensor. So the tide sensor is not installed yet. We had to bring out a different type of tide sensor, so they're getting the new one, and that's going to be a couple of weeks. I think it's about 2 or 3 weeks before that's installed.
Why do you call it a tide sensor instead of a river gauge? Does that mean something different?
Yeah, so what it is, a better way to picture it is an air gap monitor to measure the gap between the bottom chord of the bridge and the water level. And so it's a sensor that is installed on the bridge and it's measuring where the water level's at. I was originally picturing it kind of like a float valve or something like that would have been attached at the water level, but it's not.
Still, it's not. We're not a tidal body, so calling it tide gauge seems weird to me.
Yeah, but
It's just a term of art.
That's what it normally
That's
does.
a term of art.
Yeah, it just measures
Okay.
water level.
Sorry, guys. I'm used to like bridges that have maybe a tide component to them, and so that's where a lot of times they're used in like port as a tide, and the ships are coming in, and they're making sure that the container ships have enough room to get underneath the bridge.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. The total stations, those are all installed. We're waiting on getting some back sites. The total stations are the survey equipment that's mounted on top of Mount Adams Fruit, and there's another one at SDS Lumber. Those are installed. They can see all of the prisms that we have out on the bridge, but we need to get some back sites installed.
James, you said it's already collecting data. So once we get the servers and the dashboard up, that back data will all show up.
Yeah, the back data on the weather station, the tilt meters, and the vibration monitors, that will all be, we'll have all that data.
Okay, great.
And have we yet answered the question on whether any of this is proprietary or whether this is all public information, or how have we dealt with this?
I think we determined it's up to the authority. And once you guys see what data's out there,
Then we can make a decision.
make a decision on how you want to share it and what format you put it out in. And
I think the issue is probably going to be the tilt meters and the vibration. If people see it starting to move around, is that good or bad? So if we're going to throw it out to the public, we need to educate the public what it means.
Something on that project website on how to interpret the
data, or don't interpret the data, just watch it.
weather station. We can leave up to everybody else.
So that's something else that is a discussion point, is to have, what are we going to do with the data once we get it, and who's going to interpret what? So that's the next level of discussion, I think.
But that has not happened. That's I just wanted to determine that decisions have not yet been made.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And you really need
Remember
to,
that the original purpose was for this test file program and make sure as we're building the new one, we're not hurting the old one.
Yep.
Now, we're getting a lot of other information as, oh, by the way.
Well, that wasn't the whole purpose. Also, by getting the weather baselines, we're hoping to better inform the construction process, right?
Yeah. Their estimate of weather related.
How many days a year they can typically work, stuff like that.
and you're going to want to we want to get a baseline for the bridge as it is today to see what it's doing out there today, because I guarantee it's moving more than people realize.
I was standing on it when a marching band came along, and I could feel it move. So I know that it definitely moves.